Sculpted Holly Edge Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a holly edge nail. So the whole nail is the holly leaf and it's got that gorgeous edge that edge nails are famous for. This is one of the first actual sculpted nails I have done on my channel. So that's kind of something that's exciting. Normally I just do a nail tip. So this one is sculpted with nail forms, which if I'm going to be doing a full set is the way that I like to do it. So this is something that I like to do anyway. But I hope you guys like this. It's something a little bit different for my channel. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So the first thing you need to do is you're going to need to fold your form in half. So just take, and it should be centered on your nail form backing, so you'll just be able to fold the whole thing in half. After you have that, peel that off, and then take the little circle part that you normally would just flip over and place that underneath it with the little fold lining up with the fold on the rest of the form. Then place your form onto your nail just like so. Have it angled up or ticked up just a little bit. Then I'm going to, and my nail's already prepped and everything, but then I'm going to take and I'm going to be sculpting out just a little bit of an extension. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just smoothing out the transition between my nail and the form so that it's not quite so abrupt. And one thing that I want to mention is I'm sculpting on top of something that makes it so that this will just pop off my natural nail without any damage, and I've never used it before, and it's a little bit weird to sculpt on because the acrylic didn't like blend as it normally would on top of a nail. It just changed the application a little, so I was like, oh, this is different. So anyways, if that clear acrylic application was a little funky, that is why. But after I have all of that done, I just took a gold shimmery polish, or not polish, acrylic, and I just applied that for my cuticle, kind of fading down the nail. And then I'm going to start working on the actual holly leaf itself with green. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to do half of the leaf at a time. So I'm working on one side of the form, and then I'll flip my nail over and I'll work on the other side. So just place that bead down and start working it into that holly leaf shape. And if it's not perfect, you can fix just about everything up with an e-file. So don't sweat it too much if it's looking like your points aren't quite pointy enough or whatever that problem is. Like I said, don't sweat it too much because you can always fix these things. So then after I have the one side where I'm like, okay, I'm happy with this, I'm going to flip my nail over and do it on the other side. And when you're working and you're trying to keep it obviously symmetrical from side to side, which is a little bit difficult because you can't see through it to make sure that it does look the same. One thing that I will say is helpful is to look straight at the nail, like directly above it, and you'll be able to see down the sides of the form, at least mostly, to be able to see if your 2 points on each side of the holly leaf are fairly close to being lined up perfectly. And just keep pressing the acrylic so it does try to maintain that sharp little line down the center of it. And obviously, of course, you can fix this up with a file to an extent, but the better it is just with the acrylic that you're applying, the better it's going to be in the end, because that's less filing you have to do, and let's face it, less filing makes, I don't know, makes me happy. The least amount of filing. I actually know some nail techs absolutely love to file. Filing and shaping is their favorite part. It isn't mine, so I try to minimize it as best I can. So then I took some clear acrylic and I applied that over my gold glitter on the nail bed area and just sort of blended that down into my green leaf and sort of smoothed out that area. I did add more green acrylic later to add sort of a 3D portion of the leaf going up the nail, but for right now I'm just trying to smooth that out and make sure that the leaf and the nail bed area are very securely attached. After my nail has set up enough that I can pinch it, I'm going to dip my pinching tool into some clear acrylic just so it won't stick, and then set that on the nail for a couple minutes. After the nail has set, I'm going to take off my nail form just like so, make sure that my little leaf is looking good, and then I'm going to begin my filing with my e-file. So I'm going to take and I'm going to file the nail bed area, make sure that that blends down to the nail very smoothly. Like I said, I applied something underneath the nail to make it so it will pop off, and the stuff that I was using, I'll talk more about it. I'm going to make a separate video for it probably in January because my December is chock full of videos already, but I will make a separate video for it and a review. It's a product from Wildflowers Nails Academy, and it's one of those things that basically creates a barrier between your nail, your natural nail, and the product so that it won't stick. But then I'm going to take and I'm going to file, like I said, you can fix up the shape of that leaf underneath with your e-file. So with a very straight barrel, just a nice shaped bit, I'm going to file and make sure my points are pointy. And I didn't do actually too much filing with my e-file on this nail because to kind of keep that sharp ridge down the center, keep your edge in your edge nail, it's you can do it with an e-file, but I felt I would have a lot more control with a hand file. So then I went through and I am hand filing it. So just whatever I'm using, I think this is a 100 grit file, just because there was, I don't know, I get bored filing, so I like to speed it up. But a 180 grit is generally what I would use for hand filing. But with this one, with so much right on the end of the nail on the tip, I decided to use a little bit coarser for grit. But just be very careful not to file up and over the free edge like you normally would. So don't take your file and do those nice long curving strokes like you're always taught to do, those nice long curving strokes. Don't. You need to do nice straight strokes. That is the key to maintaining that sharp edge on your edge. And so just keep filing those away and keep it so it looks nice and good. After you're done with that file, to get rid of any of those little scratches that it's inevitably going to leave behind, take a padded buffer and just buff over the entire thing. That'll just give it a nice smooth texture. Then I'm going to cleanse the nail just with some isopropyl alcohol to get rid of any dust. And then here's the part that I mentioned about adding the 3D part of your little leaf. So take another little bit of green acrylic and add that going up towards your cuticle area to finish off the leaf shape. And then blend that onto your free edge and onto that edge shape as best as you can. Again, not messing up the edge portion of it. Just apply that acrylic and sort of brush it down. So the acrylic I'm using is fairly wet, and that is going to make it so it blends out really easily. And that's also going to make it so that it's not going to kind of mask your nice sharp edge that you worked so hard on. So just keep working on that. And as you can see, that nice ridge continues all the way up into the top of my leaf, all the way up the nail. So I'm going to file it again just a little bit. The reason I didn't do this before, as I said, is because it's hard to obviously be able to file up around your cuticle very well if that 3D part was there. Plus, having that extra little bit of clear acrylic inside of the leaf is going to add up so much strength. Then wipe that, after that's buffed a little bit more, wipe off the nail once again to get rid of any dust. And then I'm going to be gluing 3 large red rhinestones right at the top of your leaf. So these are for your holly berries. So there's the first one, there's the second one, and because I'm using nail glue, obviously I was having some issues because I was gluing myself to the nail. So there's the third one. That's the one that really decided to fight me. I don't know what it is with nail glue and me. Yeah, nail glue and me, we just don't get along. But once you got it in there, they should be good to go. Then I applied a layer of gel sealer over the top of the entire nail, and that is it. I decided to keep this nail pretty simple so it wouldn't distract from that gorgeous, gorgeous shape. And like I said in my title that this is a new shape, it's new in the terms of I've never seen anyone do an edge that had a holly leaf style to it. So it's an edge nail, but it's kind of an edge nail changed up a little bit. So I hope you guys like this as much as I do, and please share recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!